here at the Float Barn, looking at our wonderful float that's going to be in the Rose Bowl Parade this year. We're so excited to be here celebrating Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. You know, this is not the first year that Mutual of Omaha has been involved in parades. Early 50s, Mutual of Omaha was involved in parades. And then, of course, when Wild Kingdom came along in the 60s, they became more involved.
The New Year's Eve King Orange Jamboree Parade zooms into 1969. Direct from the television show Wild Kingdom, here's Marlon Perkins and his trusty friends.
What I'm so proud of now is to be here in the 2022 Rose Bowl Parade with this magnificent float. 57 feet of wildlife, all constructed of flowers, as I get to be in the honored seat in the Land Rover in the front of the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom float.
This one's going to be one of our favorites. We've always wanted to do something really focused around animals and conservation, and so it kind of was the perfect relationship for us to pair up this year.
We are looking forward to this year for sure. We've been doing this since 2009. This is actually our 8th float in the Rose Parade, and this is our 11th year broadcasting the parade.
This float is truly a menagerie of wildlife from around the world. We have giraffes from Africa, we have zebras from Africa, we have a ram that's just right here from the mountains in Northern California. We have a huge anaconda made completely of beans. We have an elephant who will be standing 16 feet tall behind me, flapping his ears. A giraffe whose head will actually lean forward. And in the front of this magnificent float is an originally themed Land Rover. Jim Fowler and I have spent many hours in Land Rovers, not unlike the one on the front of our float. One of the most important things on the Wild Kingdom float will be the floral graph of Marlon Perkins and Jim Fowler that is so well depicted of them along the side of our float. And looming over the Land Rover is the giant lion, Mutual of Omaha's logo, which represents power and strength and protection. Raquel, when do they have to start on a project like this?
This entire process really does take about a year. From the time you get accepted into the Rose Parade, we work with Phoenix Decorating to design the float, come up with the concepts. The parade announces what the theme is, so you try to kind of tie the two together. Then you go through initial drafts, normally 2 or 3. You sign off on it about midsummer, and then that's when they have to start doing all the metal work and the welding and building the framework for this thing. And then all the floral decoration doesn't start until right after Christmas.
Every inch of the float must be covered in something organic.
We have coffee beans, pinto beans, black beans, soybeans.
This is just parsley, it's dried parsley.
And so what are these leaves here that you've glued on?
Those are tea leaves.
So after the parade, if I want to make a huge cup of tea, I can? What are you doing to make this wolf?
Brown fur is buffalo grass. This white fur is pampas grass.
This is the antelope, and it's prairie grass.
Tell me about this penguin you're working on here.
We're doing the snow in white mums.
Are you a mum gluer as well?
I'm a mum glue. Yeah.
Been working on our lion here. I guess an awful lot of work done in 8 days.
This entire week, the entire crew has put in 16, 17-hour days. It's really the volunteers, honestly. We're just sitting here giving as solid direction as possible, but without volunteers, I wouldn't have been able to finish. So
What a labor of love it must be for all your volunteers. And tomorrow, millions of people will get to enjoy it at the famous Rose Bowl Parade with literally millions of biodegradable plant materials creating this menagerie of a jungle behind me for the Wild Kingdom float. This is so exciting, the relationship with Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom and RFD TV. Are you excited by what's upcoming?
Absolutely. We couldn't be more proud to carry the past episodes of Wild Kingdom, and we're looking forward to shooting some new shows with you this fall.